Okay, awesome. You've made it this far. So in this video, we're going to take a look at how to create an ad and how to get ready for advertising. That's actually quite simple to do. You just need a couple of steps in order to achieve success for that, but it's not difficult. The good thing about it is that nobody is really good at it. Nobody can come out and create an advertisement that just kills it. It doesn't matter if you're a marketing expert or if you're just starting out. You need to test different ads in order to get good results. That's really the key with Facebook. You just need to keep testing until you can get your ads to cost just a couple of cents per click, because that's the goal. If you pay just a couple of cents per click for your ad, then you're going to get cheap and targeted traffic, and you'll be able to convert a lot of that traffic into sales. The goal with these ads is to create one that people will click on. We want people to click a lot on our ads. That's actually the goal. If our ad is nice and people like it and people click on it, then Facebook is going to reward us by lowering the amount we pay per click. The same thing is valid for AdWords. Of course, AdWords now costs a lot more than Facebook. With Facebook, it's just important to make sure people like your ad and they click on it, because then, as I already said, Facebook is going to reward you by lowering the amount you pay per click. So that's our goal, and that's what I'm going to show you how to do. Before we get any further, we need to take a look at how to create the very first ad. First, you're going to have to just open up the page, your fan page, or you could just type over here, advertising, and then it's going to appear advertising on Facebook. So you could do that, and it's going to open pretty much your ads manager. You can also just click on that ads manager icon and end up with a brand new account that I'm going to show you. I'm going to get started with this green button, create an ad, and I'm going to click on that. We're going to create our first ad. What we want to promote would be either our belly fat weight loss page, or we can also promote our squeeze page. Let me show you how you would do that. I'm going to open Facebook and then open this page over here. If we scroll down, this is our squeeze page. We would just copy the link for this squeeze page. We'll just copy the link for the squeeze page that we created a while back, and we'll just paste it over there. We want to promote our squeeze page. Now, we could also promote this page without promoting your Facebook tab and just directly through the squeeze page link directly. However, if we do that, Facebook is not really going to reward us that much. Even though Facebook does not say this publicly, we have noticed that Facebook is lowering the amount you pay per click if you keep the traffic inside of Facebook. So if you do that, Facebook is really going to reward you. Now, let me check the ID of this app. I just need to copy the ID over here. There we go. Okay, so this is the URL that we want to send them to. We can select if we want to get new users, and so your ad will show up to people who are more likely to install your app. We just need to check out our squeeze page. There's nothing really to install. We could also show this to existing users and encourage them to become more active, but we want to get new users, so let's click on that. Next, we need to upload an image, so it needs to be 100 pixels by 72. Let's see if we have something here from the library. Nothing really, so I'm just going to pause this video, pick up a couple of images, then put them over here. I'm going to show you how to get this thing done. Okay, so now I have these 4 images uploaded. I'm going to remove this one because it's not really related. So now we have 4 images that I resized. I also added this little border, as you can see. The border is now blue in this 2. I also have 2 with the red border. I'm going to go with this one. There's actually a video later on which I'm going to show you how to create these ad images easily. So I'm going to go with this one, or maybe with this one. Yeah, I think this one is better. Now I'm going to click Done. Here we go. So these are our images. Actually, they're going to do more ads in our campaign. As you can see, you can click Why, and they pretty much explain why they do this, but they don't really do that. Basically, they want to help you split test, and they want to help you test and see what people are going to react to. So you can just select a couple. Now, I'll select this one. So if I want to select just one, then I can remove the rest. Now, if we want to go with 2, then maybe I could remove the rest. Or if we want to go with 3, then we could just keep these. For now, let's just keep these and then move on to the headline. So, for the headline, we want to come up with something that is appealing and maybe a little bit shocking. The good thing about it is that you can use some other websites to figure this thing out. You can go to google.com.uk, or you can also go to the US version of Google. That doesn't really matter. Then you want to search for weight loss. You want to check out the ads on these pages. The reason why these pages, these ads, are at the very top of Google is because they have tested these ads and headlines, and they are proven to convert and give results. That's why you want to take a look at these ads and you want to steal their ideas pretty much. So we've got guaranteed weight loss, fast weight loss. Want to lose weight fast? We could go with one of these. Want to lose weight fast. That's perfect. Fits in there perfectly fine. Now you can see the number of characters left. If we want to add like another word, faster, you're going to see that we don't have enough characters left. We need to remove them so that we're either at 0 or at a plus number. Now, let's see what we could do for the title. Okay, maybe you could put your name, or maybe like this. I don't know, maybe something related to your experience. Ex-fatty reveals how he lost 12 pounds in 3 weeks with no diet and no strict workouts. So, something like that. Obviously, you need to test. This is not the only one you want to go with. You want to test a couple of different headlines and a couple of different descriptions. So, here you go. This is what these pages would look like. Now, this other image that appeared over here, we want to remove that. Okay, this is better. For some reason, this did not update right away. Usually, it does, but in this case, it didn't. Just a couple of seconds ago, you saw that it just said use app, but now this works properly. So I guess Facebook just needed a little bit of time to update the link that we posted at the very beginning. When we started creating this ad. Now, we can see what this page looks like in the newsfeed. This is what it would look like in the newsfeed, and we can also see what it looks like in the right column. That's pretty good. Now, we also have the option to select sponsor stories if we want to help people discover your business through their friends. That's okay because it's something like weight loss, and a lot of people have that problem. So it's okay to leave this on. It basically means that if somebody likes your page, their friends are going to see that they liked it. Consequently, their friends can also land on your squeeze page and on your fan page because they saw their friend liking it, recommending it. It's basically just a wider reach. It also reaches people who are interested in weight loss and those people who are initially targeting. So that would be it for this part over here about creating your ad. Now, the next part that we want to tackle is the audience, what we want to play with. Basically, the new philosophy about getting these really cheap clicks is not to target people using what Facebook tells you. Marketers have done this a lot lately. They have tried to create these audiences by targeting by location, age, gender, and then precise interests. They've gotten good results. But the latest thing that really changed things around a lot was the appearance of custom audiences that we talked about earlier. If we were to select custom audiences like that, and a couple of these custom audience groups, we would get an audience that is incredibly targeted. When we select just women from ages 20 to 45, then the problem for us would be that we don't really know if these people are interested in losing weight. If we target custom audiences, these audiences, if you remember, and you should remember if you watched our previous videos, are created from groups that are related to weight loss. We've extracted everybody who liked Wheat Belly, and now these people are in fact interested in losing weight. So we want to target by age, and we could go to 20 to no maximum. As you can see, this group is quite small, just 360 people. But as I explained, you do want to extract multiple custom audiences. Pretty much, you want to extract from all the groups that you can find on Facebook. Once you started extracting like 10 of these groups, your audience starts growing. And then you're going to reach out to more and more people. However, what I do recommend doing is reaching out to small groups of people. Now, one of your ads should only target like maybe from 1,000 to 5,000 people. You shouldn't go too big. Never target 10,000 people at once in one group. If you go from 1,000 to 5,000 people, you're going to get a better idea of what groups are better targets for you. For example, you might target Wheat Belly, and you might also target another group that is called Paleo Diet. You may find out that Wheat Belly group actually makes more money and gets you more traffic. Hence, that's the group that you want to focus on, and you want to drop the Paleo group. Now, if you target all of your custom audience groups into one ad, then you'd not really know what ad is really performing well and what custom audience group is doing the best. You can't really scale things up and start drilling down and really getting to know your audience when it's so big. So that's why I recommend going with smaller groups, from 1,000 people to maybe 5,000 people. Now, in this case, we don't have 1,000 people because we just uploaded one of these custom audiences. But that's okay for this example. It's perfectly fine. When it comes to the location, you can also target United Kingdom. This audience number is supposed to grow. Maybe this group doesn't really have people from the United Kingdom. That's why it didn't grow. As you can see from Australia, look, number went from 360 to 440. We do want to target similar countries, English-speaking countries for our audience. If we go with some European countries like Norway, that doesn't really increase this number. So our main target is United States, United Kingdom, Australia, perhaps New Zealand. We can also target other countries. But as you can see, the audience really isn't growing. Most of these groups are probably better off with just you as traffic. So let's go with the United States, United Kingdom, Australia, and New Zealand. Maybe I missed some countries that are mainly English speaking. Maybe Canada. We should get a couple more people in our audience if we target Canada. So yeah, we've got 500. That's pretty good. All the traffic from these countries is pretty high targeted. And also, these are people who do have money. It's not like we're targeting a country with people who are not going to buy. All these countries are good countries to target. Now that we've done with that, we're not going to do anything with precise interest because we're going with custom audiences. That's the whole philosophy behind getting these low clicks, because it's different. With custom audience, it's actually easier to get cheaper clicks. Connections. We don't really care about this, but we could say only people not connected to belly fat weight loss. That means only people who have not liked your page yet. Now, we could also say anyone. Basically, for promoting a new squeeze page, it's not going to hurt if we also target people who already liked our page. So anyone or only people not connected to our fan page. Both options are okay. I guess you need to think about it. If it's a new squeeze page you're promoting, then anyone will do. Friends or connections, no, we don't really want to touch this. Interested in, we don't really care about that. Relationship status, we don't really care about this either. Languages, we could say English, but usually when I select these countries, I just leave it as is. It's not going to hurt if you just put in there English US, English UK. That's all right if we keep that in there. Education. At this point, I don't think we really care for this niche. Education set to anyone is just fine. That's it for this video. We talked a little bit about how to create your ad, how to create these images, and how to craft the headlines. Now, the best way of doing that is to just go on Google and modeling these ads over here. People pay so much for these ads and for the clicks that they're getting. They have tested and proven their ads. So if we just model their ads, then we're going to get good results without having to fail so much ourselves. That's always a good way of finding out what works before you actually start launching your ads. We also talked about creating your audience, and I explained how custom audiences work. In this discussion, we only had one group. If you do add more groups and you can get your audience from 1,000 people to 5,000 people for one of the ads, then that's actually pretty good. You're going to have a pretty big audience, but also it's going to be pretty highly targeted if you extract the custom audiences correctly. I explained that in one of the previous videos. In the next video, we're going to take a look at campaign, pricing, and schedule. For now, I'm going to stop this video and I'm going to record the parts of the next video. I think it's easier if I just break the topic down into 2 videos. That's it for this one. I'll see you in the next one.